lot of us think that marriage is going to solve the issues of loneliness. That is where we got it all wrong. Hello beautiful people, it's really nice to catch up with you here again. You're very much welcome to my channel. If it is your first time in my channel, my name is Patricia and I make my YouTube videos from Warri, Delta State, okay? And there's something we always do, it's a tradition. When you pop in, you please subscribe, hit the notifying bell so that you get updated when I upload videos like this, and then you like the video and then you share. Now if you are returning, okay, you're very much welcome and I love you for coming back over and over again. Thank you very much and enjoy the video. All right guys, down to the nuggets of today. I really want to make this video very brief. I don't want it to be too lengthy, but at the same time I want to pass the message. Like I said, my channel is a very interactive one. Do well to drop your opinions, what you think or your experiences or whatever in the comment section, okay? Even if you pop it as a question, I'll do well to answer as clearly. All right, or tell me your own side of what you think, you know, as regards to the topic that we are, you know, treating. Okay, so I'd like us to like I said, my channel is an educative one and it's also a practical one, okay? Everything I launch out here, I expect us to, you know, practice, no matter how small. It's not easy. The thing is, I'm concentrating on this marriage reset button season because I've been, like you always know, something sponsors my videos, and I've been seeing back-to-back cases and all that. So in fact, marriage issues are broad. Marriage is broad. So tackling the issues, you need care, you need tenderness, you need carefulness. They might sound small or they might sound not new because it's happening every now and then, but we need to be intentional about these things. They might sound small, but these little particles blow up into divorce and a whole lot of things, especially the negative attitudes in marriage coming from the men, from the women. Not because I'm a woman, okay? Trust me, I'm not a feminist, but I like it when things are done very well. Give each other the right proportion of respect, okay? The relationship is for both of you, it's not for you alone, so you have to treat each other with the same level of respect. Yes, you are the head of the house, but then the woman is your neck. If she not turn, you need to look back. You get the point now. So guys, let's do well to, you know, play our part well in something we have entered together. Okay guys, today's topic is going to be also very practical and I always like practical topics. Yeah, married but lonely. Yes, a lot of us are married. The thing is that a lot of us think that marriage is going to solve the issues of loneliness. That is where we got it all wrong. A lot of us feel like, okay, when we get married, you know, we'll be more involved, won't be lonely like that, you know, we'll not be by ourselves again. But trust me, a whole lot of loneliness go on in marriages. It's common, very common, but that doesn't mean it's normal, because when you feel so lonely in your marriage, trust me, there's an underlying issues that need to be trashed out immediately. If not, that marriage is heading for the rocks. Yes, being lonely might be common, but trust me, it's not something you should tolerate. When you're beginning to feel very lonely, please start looking out for ways to come about this loneliness and make things better, okay? And the issues that cause most loneliness in marriages are, number one, I would like to say poor communication. A lot of spouses, a lot of partners have lost interest in communicating deeply. Okay, they just live on the peripheral, especially when kids come in. Okay, the kids become the center of the whole thing, and you forget that you have something going on before these kids came in. You forget yourselves, all your talk, everything is about the kids, the kids, the kids. No, most times you talk about yourself, talk about important things, arrange your marriage, plan your marriage, plan everything. Let there be milestones, something that when you look back you say, okay, I've had my fair share and I'm still having it. Okay, poor communication causes a whole lot of hiccups in marriage, and trust me, in fact, that is one of the major keys of loneliness and eventually divorce. And if you're not divorced, then both of you will now learn how to live in a loveless marriage, because there is something to live for, because you don't want to cause more damage in your home, probably because you have kids now, or for some women that got married to men that have money, probably because you don't want to miss out on the wealth. You just manage. You understand? For some men that got married to women for some certain reasons, probably you don't want to miss. You want to eat your cake and just still have your cake back. You don't want to leave the marriage, so you start staying in a loveless marriage for reasons like that. So please, let's be careful of these issues. Number two, I'd like to say low sexual habits. Okay, so before start losing interest in your partner, you become not interested again in them. All right, and your sex life begins to die. Trust me, sex is very, very important in marriage. Apart from procreating, apart from the reasons for procreating, sex is actually very vital to resume the bond between you guys. If it's going down, to maintain that spark, so sex is really important. And if your sex life is not healthy, loneliness will set in. Okay, and then I would like to also say lack of attentiveness and effort. A lot of us now feel very reluctant to attend to our relationships. All right, you're no longer attentive, you don't listen carefully, you don't look in between, you don't care enough for your partner, you don't care enough for what you share. You're just being carefree, living the life the way you want it, and then treating each other like roommates, or like, see, when see finish enter, yes, when see finish enter something, that attitude, that carefreeness. Okay, you're no longer attentive, and you no longer put effort to work on something, so that could bring about loneliness and eventually divorce. Now, lack of connection, of course, if you don't communicate, and you're no longer attentive to your partner, or to the dealings, or to the happenings in your relationship, of course the connection will break off. It's something that happens spontaneously. It will just break off. You don't even need a soothsayer to tell you that you guys are no longer connected in a kind of way. All right, so if there is no connection, there will obviously be loneliness, and then eventually boils down to divorce, or living in your marriage that is loveless. All right, so let's try our best to redo these things if we don't have it in our relationships. And then I would also want to say money issues. Yes, money has been a big issue in relationships. A lot of people dive into relationship because of love, yes, which is very paramount in relationship, but trust me, it's not enough. Okay, that's another video on its own. I have another video like that on its own. All right, love is not enough. Good. So you, especially when the person you're in with it is someone that looks very promising and hardworking and educated, so to say, or very promising in different areas, and you say, okay, in the future will be better. But trust me, sometimes life happens. If life happens to you, you will just, I don't know how to put it, but life could life could be mean sometimes, okay? And the truth is that you cannot really predict life. You can help stop some things by starting up something that could create a better future for you, or making your choices right and all that. Yeah, that could amend some things for you. That could go a long way for you to make you not go through the tough side of life. But trust me, even at that, if life still wants to happen to you, it will happen. So that does not overrule the fact that life can happen to anybody. So that you have money today, or that you are in certain positions today, does not mean it's really by your efforts. Okay, yes, so you have read hard, you have worked hard to be there, but there's something called grace. Okay, there are people that has worked 10 times as hard as you have ever worked. There are people that are smarter than you are, but yet they are nowhere close to the positions you hold in life. All right, that's when life wants to happen. So money issues, in as much as life can happen, we should also try to be on the safe path, that if life happens, it won't really weigh us too much, or it might not happen because we made right choices. I mean, the tough side of life might not happen because we made right choices. You know, before, these things are hard lessons. Before you settle in marriage with anybody, you have to be you have to be you have to be comfortable to an extent. Yes, because marriage is not just to play. Kids are going to be coming in, a lot of issues, a lot of bills to settle. You have, for both of you now, you have two parents now. Okay, your wife's parents are your parents, your husband's parents are your parents as well. So you're going to be catering for more people. All right, more issues are going to be coming up, more things are going to be arising. So you see, everything you have ever done will be doubled this time around. So you see, we should be financially ready. See, it's not everybody that turns out lucky. Some people get married to people that had nothing when they got married, and over time things get better, and still getting better. I'm a practical example. When I met my partner, we had practically nothing. You know, we started from the roots, and to God be the glory. Even if things are not how I really want them to be, but they are better than when we started. So I can say, to an extent, life has been fair on us. Okay, so sometimes it's not everybody that is that lucky, and sometimes it's not everybody that is that unlucky. Sometimes life treats you very well and hits you overboard, and you grow with massive things happening around you, things, incredible changes, and you'll be glad you stayed with someone you loved, and you didn't leave him because you didn't have anything. That life can still throw you off balance, and you regret staying with someone you really love. You say, you had other suitors, because when you start seeing kids coming in, you can't fend for them, you can't take care of hospital bills, you can't take care of meals, you can't wear good clothes, you can't do some certain things that you can ordinarily play around before you got married, or that you hope to be able to do when you get married, and you see yourself not being able to do those things. It's frustrating, trust me. It's very, very frustrating. Yes, I've been there. So I tell you, whatever I tell you out of experience. Most of my videos are out of experience, and how I came about them, and everything got better or still in the process and all that. How I achieved results or still achieving results. And then, yes, I see other things happening, people's stories, and people close to me, things happening to them, their experiences. I gather all these things, and I try to prep us, and to let us know that these things exist in marriage. See how you tackle them in case they come your way. Okay, so money issues could be one thing that could cause that one digresses, in the sense that it starts causing problems in marriage. When you start having issues in your marriage, you disconnect. When you disconnect, you people start becoming lonely, and when you become lonely, it's either you now retain your loveless marriage status, or you divorce your partner, whichever the case may be. it will shall end in one. Okay, so these things are things we can avoid the way we can, and then leave the ones we can't do for God. Okay, then I also want to talk about another thing that can cause loneliness is life transitions. The way things happen, things happen, like I said, life happens. You have more responsibilities, kids are settling, people can fall sick sometimes, issues, life happenings can really cause loneliness in marriage. Sometimes problems arising here and there, making you and your partner lose romantic focus, and you're focusing on other things because the issues are just too much, issues that are overwhelming. It can cause loneliness in marriage. It can make partners disconnect. So another thing I would like to say, which is the final thing for today, is our day-to-day stressors and all. Those stresses will pass through, daily stresses, especially for those that are working and all that. If your job is stressful, if you're so occupied with what you're doing, day-to-day stress and activities can cause a drift in a relationship amongst partners, and make them feel lonely over time. All right, and then of course we know the effect of loneliness. See the ball here, see it this way. We know the effect of loneliness over time. So yes, if loneliness happen in marriages, it happens. Okay, and it's not just you. You're not the only person that is lonely in that relationship. A whole lot of people are lonely in their marriages. It's common, kinda, but because it's common does not mean it's common. It's normal, like I would always say. Let's try our best to work on them before they graduate into one of those more serious conditions in our marriage, and make us either lose our homes or lose the love that we shared with people that mean a lot to us. All right, so being married but lonely is sometimes inevitable, but is correctable. It's avoidable to an extent. Okay, I hope that we have learned something. We have picked one or two things from this video. Try your best to see all these things I say. They really are not easy. It's easier said than done. If you have been there before, you would understand that practicing some things are not easy. Okay, especially if your partner, any of your partner, if your partner is annoying, yeah, it's not easy. Or if your partner is how do I put it, like, is there's this word I'm looking for. There's this word, like, he doesn't take in things quickly, he doesn't decipher things on time. If he's resistant, yes, if he's resistant to certain things or to certain emotional issues, it's going to be a tough one for you. But hold on there. Everything I've told you today brings results. Every remedy I give you in repairing your marital issues over time brings tangible results, obvious results. But all it takes is your patience, your time, and trust me, your prayers, because you can't do anything outside of God. You might be bubbling, living your life thinking it's by your power. That's where God comes in as a very merciful God. Mercy, he always shows us mercy. Mercy are those things that allows us access to the things that we can't ordinarily have, considering the way we behave or our relationship with God. But mercy has just been there. So a lot of us are swimming in the ocean of mercy that we do not even know about. A lot of us have these graces that we do not know that is grace that is working for us, and then we take these things for granted. But if you're spiritually aware of some things, you would know that you should always pray, because prayer reverses these things faster than your action. Okay, but while you pray, you walk alongside, because God crowns your effort. All right, you walk alongside and God says, okay, you're making effort to repair this thing, I will help this my child. So that's how God works. He relates to us the way we understand our earthly parents, our earthly everything, our earthly behaviors and all that. That's the way God relates to us. Okay, so let's do well not to be lonely in our marriage. I'll see you in my next video. Thank you, and please don't forget to subscribe, share, like, tell someone that knows someone that knows someone that knows someone that there's a channel on YouTube like Everything with Trisha. Trust me, we might not be a lot of us now, but this is the popping family on the YouTube streets. Okay, by the time we will hit it big, my dears, you will be grateful you stayed tight. Okay, don't forget to share and subscribe and like. Please help your baby girl. It's my hustle, so you have to help me reach that threshold. Okay. Thank you very much for having the patience to watch this video to the end. Till I see you next time with another banger. Stay loved and blessed.